In this lecture, we are going to discuss a very important conservation principle, which is actually the conservation principle of probability. You have definitely studied conservation of electric charge in electrodynamics, and you have seen that the conservation of electric charge is governed by an equation which is called equation of continuity. Actually, in this case also, there will be an equation of continuity which proves the conservation of probability. So, to know the conservation principle of probability, first of all, we will define probability density. In fact, you have already discussed in earlier lectures the probability density. You know the wave function psi of rt has no physical meaning, but the square of its mode is actually known as probability density. When you say probability density, what does it mean? It means it is the probability of finding of a particle in unit volume of the space. If you are talking about the three-dimensional space, and if the space is one-dimensional, then it is actually the probability of finding of particle in unit length of the space. So we define the probability density as a rho of rt equal to mod of psi rt square, and this can be written as psi star of rt times psi of rt, or bra psi times kate psi. Actually, this psi star of rt is the complex conjugate of this psi of rt. Now you know that Hamiltonian operator is actually a Hermitian operator, and if it is a Hermitian operator, so that we can show that the norm, which is defined as bra psi times k psi t, or the scalar product of psi of t and psi of t, which is actually given as by this integral equation. This is integral of mod of psi rt square d3r. Here d3r is actually the volume element, which is also written as this d3r is simply equal to d tau. This is actually the small volume element, and in fact this norm is independent of time. Why it is independent of time? Because I have told you that Hamiltonian operator is Hermitian, and so we can show that this norm is actually independent of time. When you say that this norm is independent of time, what does it mean? It means that if kate psi of t is normalized, it remains normalized for all subsequent times. In fact, it is a direct consequence of the hermiticity of the Hamiltonian operator h hat. So now let us first of all prove that the probability density is actually a constant. When you say probability density is constant, it means the probability density is independent of time. That is, with the change in time, this probability density does not change. So we will show this first of all. And if you want to show that the probability density, which is defined in this manner, is actually a constant, then we simply prove that the time derivative of this probability density is equal to 0. It means we have to show that d dt this much is equal to 0. First of all, we will prove this result. And so let us start to prove this result. You know this d dt bra psi of t kate psi of t. What will be this? You can see that this is just a product of two functions. So we will apply the rule of differentiation of product of two functions. So this will be in fact d dt bra psi of t ket psi of t and plus bra psi of t, this is second function, times in fact d dt ket psi of t, ket psi of t. Let us say this is in fact equation 3. Now by the use of Schrodinger's time dependent equation, we can find these two time derivatives of bra psi of t and ket psi of t. We can find the value of these two derivatives. So we know according to Schrodinger's time dependent equation, we know this is I h cross d dt ket psi of t. Note here that we have not used del t, not I have taken partial derivative, because you can see here this psi is only a function of t, and so there is no need to take the partial derivative with respect to t. Here the ordinary derivative and partial derivative will be same. And you know the Schrodinger's time dependent equation is what? This is I h cross d dt ket psi of t equal to Hamiltonian h hat ket psi of t. And so you can see from here that this d dt ket psi of t will be what? This is in fact h hat over I h cross ket psi of t. And you know this 1 over I is actually equal to minus I, and so we can write this as minus I over h cross h hat ket psi of t, and say this is equation 4. Now we have defined the time derivative of a ket vector psi of t, and so you can find the time derivative of the bra vector psi of t. So you know what will be this d dt bra psi of t. You know, if we want to find the bra vector corresponding to a ket vector, we simply take the complex conjugate, and the operator is operated from right side, taking its Hermitian adjoint. So you can see what will be the complex conjugate of this much. You know this will be I over h cross, because there is minus I, so here will the complex conjugate, in case of complex conjugate, this will be plus I, and bra psi of t operated by the Hermitian adjoint of the Hamiltonian operator h hat dagger. But as you know, the Hermitian operator, as you know that the Hamiltonian operator is a Hermitian operator, and in case of Hermitian operator, its adjoint will be simply equal to the Hermitian, simply equal to the Hamiltonian operator, because you know that Hermitian operator is self-adjoint, and its adjoint is equal to the Hermitian operator. And so we can write this will be I over H cross bra psi of t H hat. The reason I have told you that you can say since H hat is Hermitian, and if it is Hermitian, it will be self-adjoint. Its adjoint will be equal to the Hamiltonian operator H hat, and so we can say that the adjoint of H hat, which is written as H hat dagger, this is simply equal to H hat. So we have written it like this. Say this is equation 5. So now we have evaluated these two time derivatives. Now let us substitute the values of these two time derivatives in this equation. You can say this equation 3. See this equation and let us substitute the value of this time derivative and this time derivative here from equation 4 and 5. So you can say using equations 4 and 5 in 3. When we will use these two equations in 3, you can see that this will be d dt bra psi of t ket psi of t, and this will be equal to, you can see this is I over H cross minus I over H cross bra psi of t H hat ket psi of t. And you can see this I over H cross minus I over H cross, this will be 0, so the whole result is 0. So what you are seeing here, when we have taken the time derivative of the probability density which is actually bra of psi of t times ket psi of t, this is actually equal to 0. So you can say that actually the probability density is independent of time, or you can say this is constant. So what we have told you earlier, that the probability density is a constant, or you can say it does not evolve time. So this result has been proved. You can see the proof is very easy and straightforward. So we can say thus the probability density bra psi times ket psi does not evolve in time. Does not evolve in time. That is, you can say it is independent of time. Independent of time. So you can say that the probability of finding of particle is conserved. This is actually this probability density is actually a conserved quantity, we can say from here. But remember, as the time passes, the wave function changes and the probability of finding of the particle in a given volume may increase or it may decrease. But as a probability as a whole is conserved, so you can say if the probability increases in a given volume, definitely it must decrease in rest part of the space. So in certain sense we can imagine that probability as is something which flows from one region of a space to another. So this is just like electric charge which flows from one region of a space to another. Similarly, we can imagine that probability is something like electric charge, although it is not a physical measurable physical quantity just like electric charge, but we can compare, we can take an analogy that as a electric charge flows from one region of a space to another, similarly and total electric charge remains constant. Similarly, the total probability remains constant, but in a certain region of a space it may increase or it may decrease. But remember, whenever it increase in certain region, definitely it has been decreased in another region, and so we can say that this probability is actually conserved. So you can say that I am just mentioning here the important facts which just I have told you, that probability density is conserved. If it increases in a given volume, certainly it has been decreased by same amount in rest of the space. And so we can say that probability is like a quantity which flows from one region to another. So probability is something which flows from one part of space to another part, we can say it. And whenever there is a continuous flow of anything, that constitute in fact a current, as the flow of electric charge constitutes electric current, flow of heat constitutes heat current, and similarly the flow of probability actually constitutes probability current. And so we can define the probability current density as we define the electric current density. And so now our aim is actually to develop the concept of probability current density, which is a very important concept, and you will see when we will actually discuss the applications of the time independent Schrodinger equation, then this concept will be used several times. So you can say the flow of probability constitutes probability current. And if we define probability current, we can define the probability current density just like we define the electric current density. So now our aim is actually to find expression for probability current density, and you will see in this calculation we will actually find a equation which is called equation of continuity, and that equation will actually prove the conservation of probability. So now let us see what will be the expression for probability current density and what is this. So now we are going to discuss probability current density. Probability current density. As I have told you, that probability appears like something which flows, and its flow actually constitutes a current which is called probability current, and the density of that probability current will be called probability current density. And we are now going to develop the concept of probability current density. Actually, as I have told you, the flow of electric charge constitutes electric current. In the same sense, we can say that the flow of probability constitutes probability current density. And to know the concept of probability current density, let us start with the Schrodinger time independent equation. So according to Schrodinger time independent equation. According to Schrodinger time independent equation, you can see this will be, in fact, this is not time independent but time dependent equation. Time dependent equation. This is in fact IH cross del psi of RT by del T. This is equal to minus H cross square over 2m del square psi of RT plus V hat of RT psi of RT. In fact, in RHS there is H hat psi of RT, and here we have written the meaning of the Hamiltonian operator, and let us say this is what will be this equation number. You can see this equation will be actually equation number 7. So this is equation 7. Now let us take the complex conjugate of this equation 7. So taking complex conjugate of equation 7. You know how we can take the complex conjugate? What will be the complex conjugate of this I H cross del psi RT by del T? This will be in fact minus I H cross del psi star of RT del T, and this equal to minus H cross square over 2m del square psi star of RT plus V hat of RT psi star of RT, and say this is equation 8. You can see this is the complex conjugate of equation 7. Now in equation 7, the function present is psi star of RT, and in equation 8 the function present is psi. In equation 7 the function is psi of RT, and in equation 8 the function is psi star of RT. So just in reverse manner, let us multiply both sides of this equation 7 by psi star of RT, and both sides of this equation 8 by psi of RT, and then we will take the subtraction of equation 8 from equation 7. So let us multiplying both sides of equation 7 by psi star of RT, and both sides of equation 8 by psi of RT, and then subtracting the two resulting equations, the two resulting equations we get. You can see what will be the result. The result will be simply, you can see this will be minus IH cross psi star of RT times del psi of RT del T plus psi of RT times del psi star of RT del T, and this will be equal to, you can see this will be H cross square over 2m psi star of RT del square psi of RT minus psi of RT times del square psi star of RT, psi star of RT. And so you can see what will be this. This is psi star of RT times del psi of RT by del T plus psi of RT times del psi star of RT by del T, and this equal to, this will be minus H cross square over 2I H cross M, I have divided by this minus I h cross in the RHS, and this is psi star of RT times del square psi of RT minus psi of RT times del square psi star of RT. Now here you can see actually the RHS, the LHS of this equation can be written like this. This is simply del t psi star of RT times psi of RT. You can check. If we will differentiate the product of these two functions, you will get the same result as here in the LHS of the above equation. And so, and in RHS, one H cross will cancel out, and so our result will be minus H cross over 2im, and we can write it in this manner. This is del dot psi star of RT times del psi of RT and minus psi of RT times del psi star of RT. You can check it. We can write in this manner. Now, we write this equation in this manner. This is in fact written as del rho of RT by del T, and this equal to minus del dot J, or you can write del rho of RT del T plus divergence of J. This del dot J means divergence of J, and this equal to 0. Actually, this is a very important equation which is called equation of continuity, and we will discuss this equation sometime later. So here you can see that we have written this rho of RT at the place of what? You can see here this rho of RT we have written instead of psi star of RT times psi of RT. And you know this is actually the probability density. We have already defined probability density earlier. This is probability density. And the another quantity J, let us see, we have written this J instead of what? You can see we have written it instead of H cross over 2im psi star times del psi minus psi del psi star. This is the most important result, in fact, which we have to discuss. Actually, this quantity J of RT, say it, this is J of RT. This quantity J of RT is which is defined in this equation B is actually known as probability current density. In fact, this probability current density is also simply known as current density because in quantum mechanics when you talk about the current density, it means you are talking about the probability current density. This is not conduction current density, or even this is also known as particle density flux. So this J of RT, which is defined in this equation B, is known as probability current density, or simply we say it current density. And as I have told you, this is also known as particle density flux. Particle density flux. When we will see some the examples on the calculation of this probability current density, then you will see why it is called probability density flux. The significance of this name will be very clear to you when we will solve the numerical problems based on this concept. Actually, you can see this equation A is just an equation of continuity, and you know any equation of continuity is a mathematical statement of a conservation principle. You have definitely studied, as I have told earlier, the charge conservation in electrodynamics, and that charge conservation in electrodynamics is given by the similar equation of continuity. Only the meaning of the quantity changes, but the form of equation which represents the equation of continuity for the principle of conservation of charge remains same. So equation A is known as equation of continuity. Equation of continuity, and it is the mathematical statement of probability conservation. Probability conservation principle. And as I have told you, this is just identical to the equation of continuity in electrodynamics, which actually represents the principle of conservation of electric charge. So this represents actually the conservation of probability here. Now if we consider that divergence of J is 0, then what will happen? So let us see, if we consider that del dot J, which means actually divergence of J, if it is equal to 0, then you can see from the equation of continuity that this del rho by del T, this will be equal to 0. And if this del rho by del T is 0, what does it imply? It implies that probability density is constant in time. So then this implies probability density is constant in time. And if it is constant in time, then in this condition the state is called a stationary state. And so this implies stationary state of the system. Stationary state of the system. Stationary state of the system. Now you can see this equation A. This equation not A, but equation you can say equation B, which defines the probability current density. This equation may be written in some alternative manner. So equation B, which actually defines the probability current density. So this equation B can be written as, actually this is a convenient form for the expression of J, and we can write this J equal to H cross over M times imaginary part of psi star del psi. When we will solve the numerical problem, we will check. Once we will solve a problem by the use of equation B, and then we will solve the same problem by use of this result. You will see the result will be same. Or this can also be written in this manner. J is equal to a real part of psi star times H cross over Im del psi. So in calculation of the probability current density, we can use either this result or this result or the result defined in B, which was initially obtained. So you will see that in any problem, when we will use either this result or this result or the result defined in B, we will get the same value of probability current density. Now in several cases, we need to know the probability current density in one dimension. So you can write the one-dimensional equivalent equation for the probability current density, which is defined in equation B. So in one dimension, we write the probability current density as Jx, and this Jx is equal to H cross over 2Im psi star del psi by and del x minus psi del psi star by del x. This is actually the one-dimensional equivalent of the expression for probability current density. And as I have mentioned in equation C, the another form of this expression, so you can write in this manner. This is H cross over M times imaginary part of psi star del psi by del x. Del psi by del x. So these are the expressions for the probability current density, and when we will solve the numerical problem based on it, you will see that all these results defining the probability current density are equivalent to one another. Now one thing is very remarkable here, and let us see that remarkable fact. You can see if the wave function, psi of RT is real. The wave function psi of RT is real, and you know, then what will be this psi star of RT? You know, the complex conjugate of a real quantity is same. So if psi of RT is real, then psi star of RT will be same as that of psi RT. And if psi RT and psi star of RT are same, then you can see what will be this probability current density. We know this probability current density is actually equal to H cross over 2Im psi star del psi minus psi del psi star. But as you have seen that when the wave function psi of RT is actually real, then this psi star is same as that of psi. So you can write it that this is H cross over 2Im psi star is equal to psi del psi minus psi del psi, and so you can see this is in fact 0. So this implies J is equal to 0. So it is very remarkable fact that in case of real wave function, the probability current density is 0. So this is a very remarkable fact that if the wave function of a particle is real, then actually the probability or probability density of finding of particle in space is not 0, but there will be no flow of probability, and if there is no flow of probability, there will be no probability current, and hence probability current density is 0. So you can say that a real wave function does not constitute probability current. So this implies a real wave function does not constitute probability current. So this is all about the probability current density and probability density and the conservation principle of probability. And now in the next lecture, we will illustrate this concept by some of the important examples.